Hey, welcome back to the Retro Project, and today I have a repair video for you. A couple of months ago I did a repair video on how to repair the shutter squeak on the Canon AE-1 program, and today I have the same video but on the AE-1. Now in the last video I used WD-40 to repair the shutter squeak. I've seen online many people say that you shouldn't use WD-40 because it's going to get sticky and gummy over time. And I just want to show you that video I made was 5 or 7 months ago. And I want to show you that this camera is still working just fine. And I've had multiple people tell me on that video that I made that that repair worked just fine for them. So this just goes to show that this is the easiest, quickest, fastest, cheapest way to fix the shutter squeak on your camera. Now with this one, as you can see, it does not have the actual squeak. But the reason why I want to do this repair is because if you look at the mirror is not really moving as fast as it should be. It kind of feels sluggish. I just want to make sure, yep, we're at 1000. I'll compare that to this program again. You see how much quicker and snappier the program mirror is. We'll just compare that one more time to this one. And also another reason why I want to do this repair is because I sold this camera to Alex from Reddit. This is going to be his first SLR. He's going to bring it to Japan in a couple of weeks in February, and I don't want him to start having some shutter squeak while he's on vacation shooting his camera for the first time. So we're just going to do it the right way. We're going to apply some lubricant to it, and hopefully this problem goes away. So let's get started. The materials that we're going to need for this repair are a type 00 Phillips screw. You might have a small screw at home that works just fine. This is the exact size of the screw. You can find this at your local hardware store for about $2 or $3. And then the other thing that we're going to use is some WD-40. You can also find this at your hardware store for $3 to $4. Also, another good thing to have on hand is just a microfiber cloth or even some compressed air, because when we open up the camera there can be some dust, and it's always good to just clean it up so then you don't have to worry about it later. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take off this screw, this screw, this screw, and this screw. And it's really good to have a lens cap on hand to hold your screws. Now you saw I was in that you saw in that I was sort of bouncing around on the screws, and I did that because these are very tight screws. These are very old screws, and if I keep wrenching on one or if I torque it too much, the screw's going to break. So if a screw's not coming out, you just want to take it slow, move on to the next one, and come back to it. And just go to each one, do a little bit at a time until they come out, if it's very hard like that. And then I just put all my screws in a little lens cap here. So at this point, this should come right off. You can see there's a little bit of dust and grime in there, so it didn't want to come off. If you just wiggle it off, it will come. So then we're going to take this and we're just going to flip it over, set it aside here. So now you'll see there's a bunch of screws and everything here. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove this screw in the corner right here, It's marked with a paint marker or some Loctite. And then this one should come off a little bit easier than the other ones. Hopefully. Yep. Now this screw is a different length than all the other screws that we just took out. So we need to keep track of that one. So then this is the hole that we're going to apply our WD-40 into. Now with our WD-40, we're just going to do a very tiny amount. You really only need a drop. If you put more than just a drop in, what'll happen is the oil will get onto the focusing screen and dust will get on the focusing screen and you'll never be able to get it off. Also, if you put too much on it, it'll leak onto the fabric curtain on the insides. We don't want that either. So we want to put in as little amount as possible. So it's going to be very quick burst. We want to make sure that the nozzle is inside of the hole that we just took the screw out of. So very quick burst. Don't think any came out. Just gonna make sure on this paper here. Yep, it is working. So nothing came out on that time. I'm just gonna do try this one more time and do a really quick burst. There we go, and you could hear it on that one. And that even may have been too much. We want just a very tiny bit. So now, when we release the shutter, it should go pretty quick now. Yep, you see that? See how quick it is now? Now if we compare that to our program, where's the button? Yeah, here it is. And you can see they are the same exact speed now. So we've fixed this. And you can see that was that maybe took me 3 to 5 minutes to fix. So then the next thing, we want to take this screw that we just set aside there. We want to make sure this is the screw that has the paint on it. In this case, we have green paint. They could have any amount of colors. So that screw just goes in real nice. Then this cover that we took out, I've got my microfiber cloth. I'm just gonna run it through here. Gonna get any dust and dirt that may have built up over the years. We're gonna take a little bit of compressed air. Same thing with all of this metal parts in here. I can see some dust right there, so just gonna blow that away with some compressed air. And then we'll take this ring and we're just gonna place it right back on top. And we want to be very careful with this plate too, is because it's very thin. You can bend it very easily. If you were to drop it on the ground and step on it, there's no bringing it back. So now we're just going to replace all the screws that we took out. It's going to go in the same spots right here, 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 and here. And we can use the same 00 screw that we did at the beginning. Alright guys, and we're pretty much finished. So this is how you fix the shutter squeak or a slow shutter on the Canon AE-1. This repair works with pretty much all the AE line cameras. If you tried this out yourself, leave a comment, let me know how it worked out. If you've got a better method that you think works, let me know that too. I know this isn't the proper way to do this. We're using WD-40, we're not using the SLR proper oil to fix the camera. I know that. This is the cheapest, fastest, easiest way to do it, and most people probably have these supplies in their garage. So leave a comment, let me know how it worked out. Thank you.